just hope your police departments do a good job in rooting them out and making them uncomfortable enough that they don't want to hang out.
Today, this man, Mario Rios, appearing in court in southern Indiana after allegedly stabbing a man over the weekend in Clarksville. Rios charged with attempted murder, and police say he is suspected to be a member of the notorious MS-13 gang. It's our top story at 5. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Shay McAllister. We have more to tell you about here. The U.S. Department of Justice says MS-13 is an international criminal organization with tens of thousands of members, mostly immigrants from El Salvador. It's been active since the 80s, and today there is MS-13 gang activity in nearly every state in the U.S. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Jessica Farley have details on that arrest.
Mario Rios, an alleged member of the MS-13 gang, appearing in court Monday afternoon. All right. Rios was charged with attempted murder and battery with a deadly weapon for allegedly stabbing a man twice and cutting him across the chest in Clarksville on Saturday night. Clarksville Police Chief Nathan Wall says the stabbing took place at this strip mall near Blackerston Mill Road in Marlowe Drive.
The assumption it was obviously targeted. I mean, you know, it's other people walk out the door first, and he didn't run up on them, but when this guy walks out the door, he hunts him down.
Clarksville police say that the victim walked out of one of these restaurants, and this is where the suspect was parked and waited. Police say that they believe this was a targeted attack. What
we are convinced of is that the victim is not gang. It's not a gang-on-gang related situation. We're pretty convinced that that the victim they may have had a history of we don't know.
Police believe Rios is affiliated with MS-13 because of his specific gang tattoos. Jeremy Mull, Clark County prosecuting attorney, explains.
The MS-13 gang is a gang that has a reputation for involvement in illegal acts and violent acts in communities.
According to the Department of Justice, MS-13 is one of the largest street gangs in the United States. It's mainly composed of descendants and immigrants from El Salvador, and it dates back to the 1980s.
In addition, Your Honor, I would ask the court to take into consideration that these are crimes of violence and the danger to the community in this situation is high, so I would ask for the $250,000 full cash bonds remain in place today.
We're going to leave that in place pending the initial hearing tomorrow afternoon.
Police say federal agencies are involved.
Federal agencies are going to see the name MS-13, or they're going to see something like this and want to know if they can help.
Police say the victim, who is remaining unnamed, is in stable condition. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11, on your side.
And Rios is expected back in court tomorrow for an initial hearing. Right now, a 2-year construction project is underway on River Road. Louisville Water Company is replacing 54-year-old pipes reaching the end of their lifespan, according to the company. And it is driving major detours, 6 miles and nearly 15 minutes to get around the road closure at River Road and Zorn.
You heard right, a 2-year-long construction project. So WHS 11's Ian Hardwick today checking in with some River Road businesses. They are still open, even if it doesn't going to look like that to you at first glance.
Where River Road meets Zorn Avenue by the Louisville Water Tower.
We've never seen River Road shut down like this except for flooding.
The road is closed for construction in this section until September, but the businesses are staying open. That's what all the signs say. Look for the smoke and you'll find even more reasons to stop by.
It's the oldest way to cook, right?
Chrissy Davis owns and runs River Road Barbecue. She lost out on 2 weeks of sales recently due to flooding.
We haven't even finished painting the picnic tables, and here we are with a disaster in our front yard.
The Louisville Water Company started replacing 54-year-old pipes Monday, a proactive measure.
So this is an important part of that, putting in dual residual lines so we don't have to be in there for another 50, 70 years.
These pipes go in after the road has been dug out. The residual lines carry away the water you don't drink. It's a byproduct of the water treatment process. The first phase of the 2-year project is expected to wrap up this September, then it moves further down River Road. Cars can still make it through. Down at this end of construction, it's where River Road meets Blake and Baker Lane. And there are parks and businesses in between here and Zorn Avenue that, yes, are still open. But despite all the signs, Davis says she's not getting the through traffic that she relies on. Louisville Water said they hear that concern.
We're hoping to expedite the process as much as we can.
Meanwhile, Davis hopes people will hire her for catering or put in a DoorDash order unless they like the view. In Louisville, Ian Hardwick, WHAS11, on your side.
Well, the Louisville Water Company's full timeline for construction is a detailed one. We've got it posted online. We've got a link to that up for you right now on WHAS11.com, our homepage. Just look for the links mentioned on the newscast.
What a gorgeous Monday we have for you here. Blue skies. The weather feels great. I'm itching to get out there and enjoy it myself.
The windows were down. I saw people in shorts running around town today. Ben, I think everybody is ready to jump right into spring.
I know. I had a jog this morning in a t-shirt, and you'd feel the warmth of that March sunshine out there. And we've got even warmer conditions on the way throughout this week. Really spring-like and our warmest extended forecast we've had so far this year by far. Mid to upper 60s out there. Very dry air. Humidity at 20% and just a very, very light breeze coming in from the south. Live view here at no clouds whatsoever with our Hughes and Coleman cam, part of our U of L Health Camera Network. All of our temperatures well into the 60s, 65 in Brandenburg and the Grange, running about 10 degrees above average for this time of the year with an all clear sky over Kentucky and Indiana, just a few clouds off to the north. So after sunset, which is right around 7:45 p.m., we'll start to see our temperatures slowly moving into the 50s, and then overnight lows, the clear sky into the 40s. Maybe a light morning jacket for a very brief period of time, but it's going to be a pretty quick warm up, 60s by noon and well into the 70s for tomorrow afternoon. It's definitely shorts and t-shirt weather for the rest of this week. Our temperatures again dropping into the 50s later on this evening to that overnight low of 45 degrees. We'll go mid 60s already by noon tomorrow, and that forecast high at 74 degrees, way above average for this time of the year. Eventually, we'll have a storm system moving into this warm air, and we're tracking a chance of some storms for this weekend. We'll time it out in a lot more detail coming up.
Ben, thank you very much. More of our top stories tonight. President Donald Trump defending his trade war with the United States allies, even as the threat of them can continue to impact the stock market today and the checkout lines.
The president says he's hesitant to rule out a recession this year, ultimately asking the country to be patient.
Oh, I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country. It's going to make our country rich again.
Trump imposed a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico last week before putting them on pause. He now vows a 25% tariff will kick in on Wednesday against all foreign steel and aluminum. He's also promised reciprocal tariffs on countries who retaliate with tariffs of their own. Moody's chief economist tells ABC News the risk of a recession started the year at around 15%, but is now up to 35%, and it is rising.
You're talking about the tariffs coming up on the rant line. You're also talking about gas prices. Take a look on your screen here. Meantime, Kentuckiana drivers are seeing a dip in gasoline prices at the moment. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of gasoline across Louisville is down to $2.71 a gallon. Those prices are down about 23 cents compared to last month when a gallon cost $2.95. For Southern Indiana, we took a look, and AAA says average gasoline prices are currently sitting at about $2.90. That's also a drop compared to $3 this same time in February. Right now, Kentucky lawmakers are working to overrule Governor Andy Beshear's ban on conversion therapy in Kentucky.
House Bill 495 would do just that, invalidating the governor's executive order. Beshear signed the order last September, banning conversion therapy for minors across the state. Conversion therapy is typically described as an effort to change a person's sexual or gender identity, typically in minors. HB 495 passed the Kentucky House 77-18 last week. It now heads to the state Senate.
A section of Bardstown Road in Louisville is back open after this crash. Take a look. This is a crash involving a semi, and this car went right underneath the truck today. It happened at 7 a.m. this morning at Lancashire Avenue. That's pretty close to the Watterson Expressway there in Bardstown Road. According to Metro Police, the driver of the car was taken to U of L Hospital, where they are expected to survive.
The auction for random items inside Jamie Knoll's pole barn closed this morning for a total of $72,000. Freegee & Freegee Auctioneers says that this auction exceeded expectations. There were 404 total bidders on 289 items. They ranged from movie posters and stormtrooper statues to industrial tool chests and more. The next Jamie Knoll auction will be his classic car collection. That is the same weekend as the Kentucky Derby.
We want to give you an update on a story we followed most of the afternoon. Authorities are investigating after Floyd Central High School in southern Indiana was briefly put on lockdown today. According to the school superintendent, the Floyd County, Indiana Sheriff's Office received a call at about 12:30 this afternoon about backpacks being placed around the school with potential bombs. You see the police on the outside there as this all came to an end. Sheriff's deputies and the school resource officer reported that nothing was found after checking the Floyd Central School building and the surrounding area. All after-school activities were canceled out of abundance of caution, and students were dismissed after the lockdown was lifted at about 2:30 this afternoon.
Today, a former Clarksville middle school teacher is out on bond after being accused of inappropriate communication with a student. Connor Page is facing multiple felony charges, including solicitation of a minor. The state recommended a $150,000 cash bond, citing concerns for community safety.
At this point, it's going to be a matter of preparing this matter for trial and again, making sure that we are able to deliver justice for the victim in the case.
Page resigned from his position as a teacher with Clark County Schools following the allegations against him. He was ordered by the state to have no contact with the alleged victim. He was also forbidden from setting foot on any school property. He's due back in court on April the 2nd.
He really is one of Louisville's great characters and ever-present mainstay in local basketball. We're talking both high school and college. Still to come here at 5. After 20 seasons, Bellarmine men's head basketball coach Scotty Davenport is officially leaving the court. Davenport's career spans more than 40 years right here in Louisville. The native led Ballard High School to the state title in 1988, and even worked under Hall of Fame coaches Denny Crum and Rick Pitino. Davenport announcing his retirement today. Coming up at 5:30, we're going to be joined by our sports director, Ken Spencer, live here in the studio to talk about Davenport and share some of his words today as he reflects on his retirement. Plus, we'll tell you who's going to take over. A hint, it's staying in the family. It's right here, all new at 5:30.